Here we go. We are here.
Hello, Charlie subscribers. We are here to talk about top 20 TV couples that we love. We're going to talk about 20 each of our own, but some of them are the same. So we're just going to take that as we go. We're going to do that.
Oh. And before we begin, we want to give... We are going to be spoiling all of these shows, basically. So just from my list, One Tree Hill, Pretty Little Lies, Glee, The OC, Gilmore Girls, 90210 Reboot, New Girl, Buffy, Friends, which, do we need to throw in a spoiler thing for Friends? That's been a really
Honestly, I've seen people who are still like, oh my god, this got spoiled for me, so you can't be too careful. And on my end, we have a lot of the ones that you already mentioned. We got The 100, That 70s Show, Brooklyn Nine-Nine, Once Upon a Time, Girl Meets World, Rein, and Chilling Adventures of Sabrina. That's the one. I think Gossip Girl, that's the one as well. I think that's it. But honestly, like, if you're listening to this, then you should know that we're going to go in depth. So you take that, at your own risk. Like, spoil yourself, not spoil yourself,
Hell yeah. To get through. So I'm going to let you go first with your 20 spot. Who is at 20?
Cool. Well, let me pull up my list. So, Dante, get down. Get down. Sorry, he is trying to steal the show, and I'm not even started yet. So, all right. So, top 20. So, 20th spot for me is Emma and Neil from Once Upon a Time. Have you seen Once Upon a Time?
Favorite shows. I love Emma. I don't know why I didn't put a certain parent from there on my list. Now I'm thinking about it.
It's too late now. Just deal with it.
I know it's solidified.
Yep.
But I can see it.
Yeah, so okay, so since you've seen it, I don't have to tell you what the show's about. But so for me personally, I still like Emma with Captain Hook. I do like them, and I don't mind that they ended up together. But I think that there was a lot of unexplored history and story there that it could have gone between Emma and Neil, because they have so much, I mean, he's Henry's dad. Like, that is already a big thing. He is Rumpelstiltskin's son, and Rumpel is like pretty much like the big villain of the show, one of them anyway. Like, he's so for him to be like this good guy whose father is a piece of shit, like a lot of, I'm just saying, a lot of it could have been done. And it was obvious when he came back that Emma was like there were still a lot of unresolved feelings that could have been explored. But it seems that as soon as the writers realized that Captain Swan was gonna, take off, they were like, you know what? We need to eliminate every single man who could be with Emma now, because it's just not gonna work. If he has competition, like, it really felt like that. Let's just kill everyone, because like the fact that they killed him off, it felt very abrupt, and I just felt like there was more to say there. So yeah, I'm not,
They spent quite a lot of time throughout the whole show cementing Rumpel's story, and not enough time focusing on the son, which I know we would have liked. I mean, we did get it with the past flashbacks, but like in present day, I think it's more important because of his relationship that he had with Emma, and then the relationship that he could have had with Henry. I would have liked to have seen that more as well. So I agree.
Yeah, definitely. It's just so unexplored, and I just think that Captain Swan, they would have even felt like they earned their end game more if, Neil was more present. Even, we could have even gone like a cheeky love triangle or whatever, and then Emma chose to be with Hook, because now you could even argue that partially why she ended up with Hook was because there was no one else for her to be with, I don't know.
Yeah. I need
But
to know I need to know your thoughts on season 7. I know it's like not
I've
relevant,
never
but I need.
watched it. Yeah, I knew that it was gonna be like 3 cast members. Oh shit! Sorry, sound effects. But yeah, as soon as I knew there were gonna be
He hates season 7. He's watched
yeah,
it.
clearly, like this is not, or he lost all his brain cells. I mean, he already had 2 to begin with, so they're gone now. But oh, he's gone. Okay, he smells food, so he's off now. So, but yeah, I've never seen it, and I just don't think it was necessary because when everyone leaves the show apart from 3 characters, I'm like, what's the point? So if you don't care for those 3 characters, you're not gonna be interested.
Season should include all of the characters that we have loved, not
Exactly.
just.
No,
It
it's
really
it.
focused.
Yeah. Sorry, you cut off there for a second.
Really did focus on. You always shipped Neil with Emma, or was there maybe another pairing that you liked more before that?
Not really. I mean, I know a lot of people ship her with that Graham guy, but they literally just went out on one date and then he died. And then a lot of people shipped her with, who, someone in season 1 that Pinocchio was here or something. I
Sid.
don't know. But
Oh, you didn't say it. You didn't say my golden standard for Emma.
who? Who? Sorry, my laptop is doing a bit of a fit.
He's bugged out as well. Regina,
Okay. No, I never shipped them, but I can see why people would, but it just doesn't apply to me personally. Like for me, they don't. Like I don't see it for myself. But it's sort of like, you do you. You ship it, you crack on, but not for me.
It's not a real this young sexual Charlie. I was all about that. I mean, I like her with Hook.
Are you back?
What was that? Is it because I went?
I just think your computer just got possessed for a second, like that Unfriended film.
It was the evil queen.
Yeah.
To say about Neil and Emma.
No, I don't think I have anything else to add, to be fair. But mind you, I've not watched that show since like 2021. Like I've only seen it twice, so I don't have like super strong, fresh opinions now. But this is what I have like from when I last watched it. I was like, damn it. So But I often ship couples that don't end up together, so this is nothing new. Like we'll get there when we go up.
Don't. I know what we're both thinking. And it's going to be painful when we get there.
Oh, I'm thinking of multiple ones, but I got wine for that. So I got water for hydration, and then I got wine for when we get to those ones.
Okay, shall we move
To your 20th? Yeah, let's do
to
it.
my 20th spot is From One Tree Hill, Peyton and Jake, the couple that never were.
Don't. Okay, I'm starting on the wine. It's time. No, but like, don't even do this to me. They should have been together. But to be fair, Jake Jagelski is too good for Peyton. Like, I'm sorry. He needs to be mine.
That too.
No, but okay. So cheers to that. But to your house. But anyway, I was gonna say they're your couple, so you tell me why you ship them first, and then I'll add my witty commentary.
Me as a big Lucas hater, which we will get to in part 2. We will go there. I will literally slash that man's tires and rip out that heart that doesn't work.
Sorry, Chad, if you're listening. If you ever stumble onto this, you're cool, man. Okay.
The whole bunch of people. um Nothing wrong with hearts that don't work. Lucas just doesn't have a soul. um
True.
is my favorite person for Peyton, because I feel like he brought out that really soft side of her that wasn't cringy. Like Lucas, if we we can compare it a bit,
Oh,
in
we'll talk about
season,
that in the anti one. We will talk about it.
I just want to add this little bit in though, like as a little taster. There is
Mm-hmm.
that season 4 when she's laying in bed and she's like, I love being in love. Don't you love being in love? Food is yummier. All yummy. And I'm just sat there like, I hate this. They're so
Okay, I want to
cringy.
roll my eyes just listening to you say it because I remember that scene and I'm like, I wish I didn't.
Ever. And I hate it so much.
So, no, but like, I see what you mean because with Jake, so like, I don't remember the spot they're at in my list because you know how I told you I ranked like over 150 couples. So I don't know where they are exactly. I think they might be in the top 50 somewhere, but they are there. And if I may say, I just think that she was genuinely at her happiest when she was with Jake. Like she actually smiled. Just saying.
I, she did. And it was genuine. And their interactions felt so, like you can tell Hillary and Brian have
Mm-hmm.
such great.
Mm-hmm.
And I think because of Jake having this experience that he's had with Nikki, which is SA,
Yeah.
and
That's.
having to be for him, not by him, it
Mm-hmm.
really makes him the most mature out of all these teenagers. So you forget that he is a teenage boy, and
Yeah,
when
he
you
was grew up too quickly. Yeah.
remember that, you feel so heartbroken for him, but because of that he has this mature relationship with Peyton where
Mm-hmm.
she is able to obviously she's living alone and there's like a maturity to that as well, but having them together, it feels
Mm-hmm.
like
Yeah, it
such a
feels.
mature pairing, and I love it. They're so cute when he hands Jenny to
Mm-hmm.
her, when they're all playing basketball together and
Oh
they
yeah,
take
that
that
was
photo.
adorable.
Oh, I love it. And when Jenny
Honestly,
runs up to her,
yeah.
oh,
That honestly, but you know what though? I have to give it to Jake for knowing when to take himself out because he knew that Peyton needed to sort her shit out and see if what she and Lucas have can last. But
absolutely.
you know, so because she was willing to lie to herself and stay with him, and he was the one who told her, "No, you need to go back to Tree Hill and just lay all the cards out." I don't remember the exact words because again, I haven't seen this since 2021. Shoot me. I know you're gonna you know, you're gonna you rewatched it like
Yeah, I
what
don't know.
3 times this year? A rewatch will come at some point. I have too much to see. But anyway, I remember that he told her that she needs to either be all in, or if she has any doubts, then they can't happen. It's basically what happened. Then you have to admire someone who's, even though they have these feelings, they're like, okay, this is not going to work for me in the long run. So, and Peyton,
Absolutely.
you're a dumb bitch, honestly. You could have Jake. You could have had Jake, okay? It's, you know what? It's her loss. It's her loss.
And especially one of my favorite scenes of him is the boy toy auction when he takes the head off and he's doing the dance, and oh, I love him.
It's the best,
Uh-oh.
and honestly, it's criminal how little of him we got, but also I understand. It's like, like good things come in small doses sometimes.
I guess so. I mean, that's just,
Yeah, it's
it's
just,
really sad.
yeah. I mean, look at that. Both couples in our top 20, like 20th spot, that didn't end up together. But
It
fun.
hurts. It actually
It does.
hurts.
Yep, definitely. I was gonna say, are we good to move on to spot 19?
Start shitting on Lucas.
We have plenty of time for that.
Yeah, that'll be part 2. We'll really
Yeah.
go in on that.
Oh yeah, for sure. But now we are gonna talk about Girl Meets World. Have you seen it? No, you're not gonna have seen it because you started Boy Meets World, so it's a spin-off of that.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so it follows Corey and Topanga and their kid. But you know that they end up together already. Like it's
Well, because of the show existing,
yeah,
yeah.
exactly. So, but it's a sitcom, so even if you get spoiled with a storyline or 5, it's fine because like it's it's chill. So
It doesn't
basically,
matter.
the premise of that show is just their daughter pretty much doing the same thing that Corey did, meeting the world. Like Corey's the one who teaches the classroom as opposed to Mr. Feeney, which, by the way, what a downgrade. We love Mr. Feeney, but
Yes!
like, did you see like Topanga's actress? She did Dancing with the Stars thing, and she had him as like part of her skit, and he was like so sweet. Like the man's nearly 100, and he showed up for her. Like, come on, like
That
goals.
is quite nice.
I love that man. Like, and I've never met him. Like, he could be my grandfather easily, great grandfather. He could be something. Okay. Anyway, so basically, obviously we have Riley, who is Corey and Topanga's daughter, and she has a best friend, Maya, who is basically the female Sean, Corey's best friend. Like they're that dynamic. And then there's this guy who, Lucas, the name, why is it so common? Anyway, so he's meant to be kind of the Topanga to Riley's Corey, but it's not. No, we'll talk about that in our NT video. I hate them. But him and Maya, they have like that, like those like 90s chick flicks, like when they're super bickering, but there's lots of like underlying tension, and they sort of challenge each other, and they have like this super fun, cool dynamic, and it's just entertaining to watch on screen. Like it's
Brooke and
fun.
Rachel, Brooke and Rachel.
Exactly. So yeah, it's just very fun. And then they have like this sort of moment, but because it's Disney, it's like, but it's very Disney. Like sometimes I was watching thinking this is aimed for like 9-year-olds. Like it feels like they just can't go the way that Boy Meets World did, because they get serious. Like they couldn't do that because of Disney restrictions. So they had like those moments, and there was like that awkward love triangle moment. And then basically what happened, that how they wrote them out to have him be with Riley, was that basically like Maya was kind of like mirroring Riley's behavior to test if he would be a good boyfriend or something. It was so bad. They teased this crap for like 20 episodes and then just dropped it like that. And then they didn't even have Riley and Lucas be together. They go on a date and they're just like, actually, we're too young. Let's just be friends. And I'm like, what was it for then? What did you do this for? And then Maya and Lucas basically go to not even speaking anymore, even though they were meant to be friends before this weirdness. It just feels like they completely just wasted potential, honestly. Like, that's what this couple is, wasted potential. Because
Yeah.
surprisingly, Sabrina Carpenter can act. Who knew?
She can, and she can
She's
sing
definitely the
really
highlight
well.
of that show, and that was before all the weird lip liner stuff as well. No offense, Sabrina, if you ever see this.
As if she's sitting around watching us.
You never know. They might be on a day off and algorithm tells them someone's talking about you. Go watch it. You never know.
She might have that feature installed somewhere in her brain.
You know. But yeah, it just again, I shouldn't overreact considering it was written for like preteens basically, but I just feel like just because you're writing for a younger audience doesn't mean that you can be idiots. Like,
No.
that's why we didn't like that new Tiffany D. Jackson book. Sorry, Tiffany, again, but it's it felt like it was written for toddlers as opposed to
It was bad.
it was bad. And it's like, especially considering how heartwarming and smart and dark at times Boy Meets World could be, that show in general, and all the couples in it just felt like it's no wonder that it only lasted 3 seasons and now no one talks about it while people still mention Boy Meets World all the time. So I'm just saying. But yeah, I wouldn't bother watching it if I were you, honestly, even if you finish Boy Meets World, because it's not really worth your time. No offense, creators, sorry, but it just be how it be. So yeah, on to you now. What's your 19?
From New Girl, which I know is like polarizing. Some people love
Mm-hmm.
them, some people hate them, and I just want to put it out there that book by Emily Henry did not nail it. Okay, that was not Nick and Jess. I'm just saying. I'm just saying that one book, everyone knows what book it is. It's left my head, even though I loved it, but
Happy
it was
Place?
not one that came out last year.
Big Beautiful Life? Something? I don't know. You know what? Who cares? Sorry, Emily, but whatever.
I'm sorry she didn't. But I have loved this couple since I first watched the show. They're not my favorite couple on the show. We'll get to that later. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. But they are a favorite couple of all time still.
Yeah.
I what stands out to me is that episode, just because it's hilarious, where she sees Nick's penis, and Schmidt is hilarious in this episode because he wants to take a look at that penis too.
Oh,
And
that's where that meme came from. Like, oh, tell me. Mm-hmm. I love Schmidt, honestly.
and it's like Jess can't even look at him, and she says, "I'm gonna show him mine." And
To
she
be fair,
can't even
I am
say,
gonna rewatch the New Girl soon. It's in my the next 3 something shows that I'm gonna rewatch once I'm done with the rotation of stuff I'm rewatching now. Like, I'm gonna put that on soon. Probably like in early New Year or something. We'll see. New Girl, New Year. So I'll have
"New
opinions,
Jeans."
literally. But
Yeah, so I just love the whole bonjour Lupine, I can't say penis thing, and he finds her so endearing, but he doesn't necessarily show it because he's so grumpy, but you can kind of see an essence of a smile on his face whenever she's around and she does something silly. And she is that like person that kind of brings him out of his shell and out of that
definitely.
love is shit, love is bullshit thing that he
Basically,
has.
they're the trope of grumpy, McGrumpy, and Sunshine Baby.
Love when the boy is the grumpy.
Yeah, it's just. But then again, then you have a scene where she's crying and he's just dancing to 22, and she's just like, I just wanted to listen to Taylor Swift alone. And he's like trying to cheer her up, and it's just like, you love her, man.
Loves her so much, and it starts so early on, but he isn't aware of it. But as an
Mm-hmm.
audience, we're aware of it. And
Yeah.
oh, that episode where Jess starts to Cece's like, Nick likes you, his feet are pointing in towards you, and she runs out of the car.
I mean, their first kiss is probably like one of the best first kisses on television. It's
It is
so
so
good.
passionate.
I know. It's like, yeah. So you're telling me that you really thought you were just friends the whole time with that
They wanted
happening there?
rom-com together, okay? Not necessarily sexual, but like they wanted each other bad.
Yeah, I mean, it's very obvious, but yeah, I mean, I don't know where they land for me exactly because I also prefer another couple from that show, but I think they were around like somewhere around 40-ish, somewhere there. So they're also there somewhere. But yeah, I think for me, what dragged them down a bit was, you know how after they break up and like the show goes on for a bit, it takes them a long time to get back together. But for me, it kind of always felt like Jess was pining more for Nick than the other way around. Like Nick kind of was moving on. Unless I'm misremembering, but I had that vibe, especially when he gets with Megan Fox's character, or whatever her name was.
Yeah, I would agree. It was great to turn the dynamic around because it was him pining after her at
Mm-hmm.
first. And I
Yeah.
feel like they need to do that whole yin and yang bullshit.
Yeah, like turn the tables, whatever. No, yeah, I see what you mean. But yeah, I'm really glad that they ended up together. I think that they were definitely Ross and Rachel of the new generation, like that same sort of like push and pull, but adapted for like newer audiences who didn't necessarily love that whole will they won't they crap so much. Because
And a
like
bit less toxic.
yeah, oh yeah, for sure. I mean, we'll talk about Ross and Rachel. Not in this spoiler.
Can't wait for that. Do you wanna tell me your 18th pick?
Yeah, so it's a show that I don't think you've seen. Have you seen Rein? Okay. So Reign is a historical, it's the same network that did Gossip Girl, The Vampire Diaries. It's like on CW, and it ran four seasons, and it's like a fictionalized account of the life of Mary, Queen of Scots, when she went to like marry King Francis and all of that. But like it's like for teens, like young adults, again, like basically again, if royalty were Gossip Girl, essentially, sort of thing. So the show went downhill pretty quickly. I'm not gonna lie. I only have the first season that I think is actually good, and then it just starts going down very fast. Digimon. Sorry, he wants more attention. But so basically, Mary, she's betrothed to Francis, and that couple, I hate them. I will talk about it, but he has a brother, Bash, who is like a bastard, so he can't be a king because he's not the queen's son, but he still lives in the castle. He gets like all the benefits and stuff. It's just how you do, I guess, in those days. Obviously, historically, Mary was always going to end up with Francis before he died. That's just like her first husband, whatever. But Bash didn't like, he's fictional. He didn't exist in history. But they did a storyline where there was this prophecy that if Mary and Francis got married, then Francis would die. So she decides, I can't marry you, and tries to run away, and she runs away with Bash. And then he proposes to her, and they basically try to instate him as like the next king or whatever, like all the historical politics and all that crap. But so the thing is, they tease that maybe they're gonna go off the book, and they just have so much chemistry. He's so sweet to her, whereas Francis is a dick, for the lack of a better word. Like, again, think Lucas Scott in the 1600s, basically.
I do love it. I'm sorry to interject.
No, don't worry about it.
I wanted to say I do love it when a woman has been treated badly and she finally gets that person that just gets her and treats her the way she should have always been treated, which is sounding like what you're saying with this
Yeah.
show. So points
Yeah,
for that.
exactly. So yeah, so they toyed with that idea for like 4 episodes maybe, but then so obviously they figure out like all that politics crap, and she chooses Francis, of course, and they get married. And then, like the King Henry, their father, he forces Bash to watch as they consummate the marriage, basically saying, "Yeah, you need to learn what's never going to be yours," sort of thing. Because back then everyone watched. I mean, okay, people were freaks. I'm convinced that that was just like an excuse for people to be perverts. Just saying. Why do you need to know who did what when? I guess that was like a big thing back in the day, because if you don't consummate, then you're not legally married or whatever. I don't know. I'm not a historian. But yeah, so after that, they kill that ship more or less immediately. Like he pines for her a bit. So to stop that, King Henry marries him to one of her lady maids, like maidens, and then yeah, they barely interact for like a season, and then obviously they kill Francis, like because historically he dies, and then they share like a few weird scenes where I'm just like, well, you're not gonna be together, so why are you baiting fans? Is disrespectful. But yeah, so it was kind of the sort of thing where it was like I knew that they were doomed, and I think that it was cruel for the writers to toy about with the idea when it was never gonna happen. But I did like what we got from them. Yet again, I mean, so far none of my top 20 have ended up together. What a shocker. I like tragedy.
Is that everything?
Yeah. I was gonna say I wanted to give you some context on what happened with them because you've never seen it. But yeah, if I wouldn't really bother watching the whole thing because it feels like a different show by the time that it ends.
It's not for me.
No, I wouldn't rewatch the whole thing because it does that thing where they just write characters out or kill them off. So by the time the show ends, you just have the main character and maybe like another cast member, and it's all new cast. So it's not worth,
No,
But
don't
yeah.
like it when that happens.
Anyway, you're number 18.
18, my birthday day, which obviously has to be a big favorite. That is Blair and Dan from Gossip Girl.
If you dare to ship them.
And Dan, not Dan and Blair, because obviously Blair is way more important than Dan.
I mean, yeah.
So, at Lem feel about this couple in particular. Disconnect. Oh, thank God.
I was gonna say you cut off there for a bit. I think your laptop again. Oh my God, Chuck Bass possessed your laptop.
Serena. I bet it was Serena.
Yep. Just like you're not talking about
Dan's
me.
mine.
Oh yeah, we're not really fans of Serena here. Just saying, she always has to go. So
she has to go, and we love it.
I mean, the less of her, the better. Sorry, not sorry this time. So, anyway, why do you love Blair and Dan?
Love Blair and Dan together, which is a lot to say as someone that has notoriously and historically hated Dan Humphrey.
You hated him when I met you, and then you started rewatching and you were like, wait, I don't hate Dan this time. What's wrong with me? And I was like, things change. Apparently, you're a fan of Penn Badgley now, which, by the way, hi.
I do like Dan now. There are certain moments with Dan where I'm like, oh my God, you're so annoying, please go away.
Oh, like every other episode, I'm like, oh my God, can you shut the fuck up, please? Stop
I do
talking.
love him with Blair. And what solidified it for me is that scene where they're on video call to each other or on the phone, and they have that movie night, and it's
that was
like
so sweet. It's one of my favorite comments. It's one of my favorite moments in the whole series. That's like full on rom-com setup like that. It was just so sweet.
And they're just laying there and they're having conversation and they're giggling together, and I just love them. He brings out this um kind of soft side of Blair, but he also accepts those rough edges of her. Like he So when people say Dan and Blair wouldn't work together because Blair tried to change Dan, the thing is Dan wanted to be changed to fit into her world.
Mm-hmm.
We call it her world because the Upper East Side is her world, but when I'm saying that, I mean he wanted to be in that world.
Mm-hmm. I
Like,
mean, that's why he created Gossip Girl in the first place. He wanted in.
fence together, and she tried to change him, and that's not okay. No, Dan was secretly Gossip Girl at that time, unbeknown to her, and he wanted that life, and I think they would have been perfect if they ended up together, but the fans wanted Chuck.
Like I told you, I do think that if the show was airing today, a lot of things would be different, but I think that today, the fans, I think that their fans would have put up a bit more of a fight. Although, even today, I still see people say they don't make sense. And it's like everyone's entitled to their own opinion. I mean, I think for me, they were like somewhere 50 something place. Because again, I have a lot of shows, okay, but they're definitely also somewhere there. But yeah, I mean, I loved all like a lot of their moments, and even as non-romantic, they had some moments of, like when he comforts her in season 1, when he
After the
hates her at
fashion
the
show?
time. Yeah, he somehow is the only one who gets through to her, and at that time they despise each other. Or after that whole hotel thing with Chuck, when she's super down, he's the one who basically cheers her up at that uh what was it, like some kind of like a pre-wedding party for Dorota and Vanya and all that. By the way, love them. But it's very like those moments were always there. Like they definitely had that foundation to at least be a worthy contender to chair. I think it wasn't the case of there was no one else. Like there could have been someone else, had the writers had the guts to, you know, properly go for it.
Absolutely. And I just they are so sweet together. I mean, they're sweet, and the thing about their relationship versus the other two relationships that they both have with other people, Chuck and Serena, is that they value each other's intellect and they bond based on that, whereas the other relationships feel so superficial most of the time. And
Yeah,
they're
I mean, I agree, and obviously we know what's coming later. So, I say that now that I agree with you that it's nice to actually, like, it feels like it's nice to actually have someone who has stuff in common with you, if you know what I mean. It's very they have a lot more in common than they think initially. They're kind of like the brains of their respective circles. Well, Dan doesn't have so much of a circle beforehand, but it's not like Vanessa's the brain. Jesus Christ. So, you
not
know,
Vanessa. Vanessa.
yeah, I mean, no, Vanessa.
No, none of her. Let's
No.
move on.
Yeah, let's just
You killed the conversation by bringing up her.
yeah, I accept my punishment, but yeah, do we have anything else to say about Dare?
I actually, the one thing I want to say is the scene of her in the princess dress where he gives her her moment.
That is very sweet. And to be fair, again, no one else really thought of that. Well, to be fair, that whole storyline was a mess, but it was just nice. And you could always just pretend they rode off into the sunset together, and the rest of the show didn't happen.
Yeah, I do. There's a certain scene at the end of the Gossip Girl that I skip. Someone in a gold dress? Don't think so.
No, fuck that. Who cares
Right?
about gold?
That didn't happen.
Cool.
Number
So,
17. Go, go,
oh,
go.
yeah. So it is Joey and Rachel from Friends.
Ooh, okay.
Just fuck Ross. Sorry. Actually, no. Well, I'm like 90% not sorry. But so obviously, even today, I've I have joined like a friends Reddit board for like discussions or whatever. I just lurk. I don't post anything, but it's just fun. So even today, people still claim that they're a horrible ship and all that. And I'm just like, okay, so I'm not gonna get into why I like them as much because we both agree we have the same opinion that they could have ended up together if the writers wanted to. It was never going to happen because Ross and Rachel, they were the couple of the 90s. It was not going to happen. They would have had to
Yeah.
rewrite the whole show to make that happen. And I did write out an outline of how they would have had to rewrite the show to make Joey and Rachel happen in a way that made sense. Because, like, I don't love the way that, because they did happen for a little bit, but I don't like the way that it happened. But I really love those like moments that they have in earlier seasons because they have like this very interesting dynamic even as friends and they bounce off each other really nicely. And I actually think they match each other's like intellectual level. Not saying they're dumb or anything, but Ross and Rachel, they never match each other's. Like Ross always looked down on her and she always thought that he was like stuck up and obsessed with dinosaurs and all that. Whereas Joey and Rachel, they read like, they read together, they showed each other their favorite books, The Shining and Little Women. You've not seen that episode yet, but they read together and they swap and then they start spoiling it for each other because they start getting annoyed at each other and then they make up. And then they're the first ones to find out about Chandler and Monica as well. So they bond over that. And, he offers her to live with him in season 7 because, when Monica and Chandler move in, they tell Rachel she needs to move out. And she loves living with him. Like they really get along. Like there's like this nice friendly intimacy. And then he gets that crush on her. And it's actually really sweet and sad because she doesn't feel the same way. But it shows that, sometimes if you're friends with someone and you're that intimate with them, you will catch feelings and that's normal. And you can still stay friends even if they don't feel the same way. But then it takes a lot of emotional maturity though. But then obviously Rachel also catches feelings, and from that point on, it was done very sloppily. But yeah, so they were never going to end up together, but I don't think that it was as horrible as fans made it out to be. And I just think that they were afraid that Ross and Rachel fans would boycott or something. I don't know. But yeah, I just wish they had a bit more of a chance, and it might have actually been interesting to have that bit of a. But I guess because it's a sitcom, they didn't want to go too dramatic and, break up the friend group permanently. I don't know. But to me, they're definitely superior, even if I can understand why Ross and Rachel ended up together. So
I agree. I mean, I don't remember much from their dynamic besides their first kiss. That is all I remember about them as kind of like a pairing. But I see it, and I think that Joey can relate more to her than Ross can. And I don't know, you just know that a certain couple are on my hate list.
oh yeah.
Oh yeah, we've probably got that in common.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I forgot what my hate list is, but I have it screenshotted. So
I know they're on mine.
but yeah. So, it's all good. It's all good, but it's like I'm not saying that I am a better writer than Friends writing team, but that's what fan fiction's for.
I
Not that
feel
I
like
write
we're
fan fiction,
collective.
but I at the same time, if Friends aired today, I have very big doubts that Ross and Rachel would end up together. I'm just putting
Oh
it out
no.
there. No, I do think that Joey would have had way more of a real chance with her if this was,
Yeah.
today. But yeah, I don't think I have anything else to say yet. Another couple that didn't end up together. Like I said, I clearly have a thing. Like I'd swear I have couples on this list that end up together. I swear to you. Actually, I'm gonna have a look just to make sure I'm not lying to you.
You just love a do will they, won't they? Oh no, they didn't moment.
I have a few, okay, that ended up together. It's fine.
Is the
Okay.
ratio off though?
It's not a good one, okay?
Okay. You like what you like and you like a bit of tragedy and that's fine. We all
You know
get our
what?
kids somewhere.
I blame the shitty writers. Again, sorry if anyone ever sees this, but some of y'all options, choices that you made sucked. Anyway, let's move on. You're 17.
My 17th spot is Stephma from the OC.
Yeah, I think for me, they're like 20 something, so they nearly made the top 20.
Okay, so you know how I feel about Mr. Seth. I'm not the biggest fan.
Mm-hmm. Let's just say he caused 90% of problems in that relationship. He did not make it
And
easy.
He was a
Yeah,
drama king. He's
yeah.
just full of the drama.
He
But
just, yeah.
I love Summer, and you know I love a bit of like a nerd and a popular girl, or a popular guy and a not popular girl. Like
Mm-hmm.
it's like the ultimate fantasy, especially if you lived your life as the bullied, like not popular girl and you had a crush on the popular guy. Like
The
of
story of my
course.
life. Actually, I feel triggered right now.
That was my life, and my one looked like Lucas Scott.
First of
I
all,
hope he
ew.
never sees this.
I mean, again, no offense, Chad, you look fine, but also Lucas, ew. But anyway, yeah, it's like a bit of a wish fulfillment aspect there as well. Oh, if Seth ended up with Summer, then, all the nerdy guys have a chance with the popular girl sort of thing. But they were definitely there to offset more dramatic couples.
I
You know,
mean, like, a lot of us have given the nerdy guy a chance and got burned. So
I mean, I'm no one to say anything. I don't know. Men are scary, but well, I say that as I'm in a relationship, but you get what I mean. It's like just because someone's a nerd doesn't mean they're a nice person. Hello,
absolutely.
incel
Mouth,
culture. Anyone?
mouth, mouth.
Let's not go there now. That's like a whole other conversation. But no, as in, yeah. I mean,
That's just,
yeah, I can definitely see the appeal of these two, though, but they are not as perfect as I remembered them being before I rewatched the show earlier this year. And I know you've already seen it like 3 times since I convinced you to give it a go, so you're welcome. But yeah, I take full credit. But yeah, I would say, yeah, they definitely have lots of good moments, but also Seth is a dumbass. So
oh, he fumbles this girl, and it's like, really? You're gonna fumble
he's
her?
lucky that she took him back because
It's on, Seth. It's on.
yeah,
But
that man, I swear to God.
I do love that scene, and it's that scene. And when we say that scene, we know we mean the Spider-Man kiss.
I mean, yeah, it's like how to rip off a pop culture moment but make it your own. It's like,
And he's just dangling.
you
No,
know
it's
what
like
though?
funny.
It is super funny, but also, you know what, when I was, because I'm listening to the book, actually, I just remembered, apparently, like Rachel said that because obviously they were pouring water down and all of that. She could taste his makeup when they were kissing because it was like running into her mouth, and she said it was the least romantic thing ever. So I can see that because obviously, it's way less glamorous than it looks on television.
Of course, it's always gonna be.
Always.
And I love the scene where she fucking tells him how it is. Like when she gets out of the car after they nearly hit
Mhm,
him
mhm.
into the
Yeah.
road, and she fucking tells
Yeah.
him, "You only want me when I'm taken. When I'm belonging, not belonging because we don't belong, but like when I'm with someone else, that is when you want me, Peyton Sawyer."
No, but literally, like, she called him out on his bullshit, and I so love that for her because he was doing it, and just his face when she was saying it, he was like, "Fuck it, she's right. How do I get out of this now? What do I say?" No, but to be fair, he needed that reality check because he was taking her for granted. I mean, come on, he literally fucked off because Ryan left. And it's like, dude, you literally have the girl that you want, and it's still not enough for you. To be fair, if I were Summer, I would have been like, that was my last straw. Like, fuck you. Go away. But, I'm glad that she didn't do that, but also would have understood if she did.
And I do like the way they end up, like the whole funny face when she walks down the aisle. Like they are a good pairing, and
Mm-hmm.
I do love them together. I just think Seth needs to sort himself out, sort his priorities out,
Oh,
sort everything about himself out.
100%. But yeah, no, I agree with that. I definitely like to think that, they sorted their shit out because let's not forget they are meant to be teenagers. So they sorted their shit out, and I think it's meant to be implied that by the time they got married, they were like at least in their mid 20s. So, because it's meant to be like a few years because they all have jobs and stuff. I mean, Ryan's an architect and all that. So, they sorted their shit out and they got more secure in like everything. And they found their way back to each other, and they're happy in, that little fictional universe. And definitely no one's dead or anything in there. So it's great.
No one died. Like
Oh,
nobody died.
no
Cars
one
don't
died.
exist.
No, no. Fuck cars.
No. I
Anyway,
really like
yeah.
Marissa looked gorgeous at Summer's wedding, okay?
Of course. She nearly stole the show. She was like, Coop, stop stealing my spotlight. She's like, I just can't help it. I'm so beautiful.
The dress is Chanel.
Yeah, but not that loofah thing she wore to prom. Sorry.
About that at some point.
Oh, yeah. I mean, she pulls it off just because she's so gorgeous, but it still looks like she just enlarged a massive sponge and just put it on herself.
I mean, I'd wash with that.
Oh, so, yeah. Anything else to say about these two dum-dums?
Okay, so they're painting Marissa's wall, and Seth doesn't know what I think it's some type of screwdriver is, but Summer
Mm-hmm.
does.
Mm-hmm. That was funny.
And he's this guy that like doesn't know what to do.
It's a nice subversion, and then obviously he makes a joke about being a stud finder, like that she's a stud finder, and she's like, "Oh my god!" But she's like rolling her eyes, but like affectionately, like, "Oh my god, why am I into this dork?" But she is. So
Ew, I like Seth Cohen. I'm talking to myself.
I mean, you know, if only all nerdy guys looked like Adam Brody. Just saying.
As I said the other day, happy for him, proud of him that he has fixed his alleged speech impediment
Mm-hmm.
that he had. I think it's obvious, even though he's never come out and said anything, it's obvious that he did, and he sounds so much different now. Not that he had to do it or that he sounds better, but I'm
I mean,
cramped
if
him.
he felt like it was something that he needed to do for himself to feel better about himself, then all the power to him.
Yeah, I mean, he's always sounded amazing. I thought that was like a really cute aspect of him,
Mm-hmm.
uh, with Gilmore Girls and the OC, and I think it's way more obvious and pronounced on Gilmore Girls, but
Mm-hmm.
it's a cute aspect of him.
Yeah, so congrats, Adam, again, if you ever see this. Like, I just have to acknowledge everyone who we name drop just in case. You never know. We're polite. I mean, we're not from Canada, but we're polite. Well, to be fair,
Is it
British people
okay?
are deemed
Is
as
it okay
polite.
if I use the toilet? Because I feel like I'm gonna wee myself.
It's unacceptable, honestly. No, just you go. I'll entertain the audience by drinking wine. It's all good.
You
You
gotta
grab
like
wine.
pull my hot water bottle out of my trouser leg.
I mean, this is authentic live streaming, guys. Like, it doesn't get any more real than this.
Then pulling your hot water bottle out of your trouser leg.
You gotta stay comfortable.
Of course, I'm cramping and I'm having a flare up, but you'd never know.
I mean, you did just tell everyone, so.
Into the toilet.
Dante, do you want to be in front of the camera? Come here. Dante, come here. He's a good boy. Do you want to show off how cute you are? Hey. Jump, jump, jump. Ba, 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 ba. Stuff. And yes, we smell our dogs, okay? This is how it is. They smell too good. What? Oh, he's a good boy.
I am back.
We were just having cuddles on camera for intermission.
In this show, which obviously he's allowed to do.
Obviously, he is the best. But now we are on to 16. Was gonna say we're probably gonna have to end up splitting this up because we're talking a lot. But
We'll like really need to because there's no editing that needs to be done or anything.
I mean, just obviously because we're barely like 5 couples in each, and we've already been talking for an hour. let's see what time we're at when we get like halfway, and then make that executive decision. Potential cliffhanger to people. But now, so I finally have a couple who ended up together. So I don't just love tragedies. And that is Spencer and Toby from Pretty Little Liars.
Stop talking about this.
So, I mean, I don't need to tell you because you've seen this show probably like 12 more times than I did. I've only seen it in full once, and then I've seen earlier seasons a couple more times, I think. So, I am somewhat informed, but it's fuzzy. I mean, we're not here to talk about all the plot holes, which I mean, we'd be here for like 12 hours. But so obviously, like I always liked them together. Like Spencer's always been my favorite liar by a mile. Well, I love Hannah too, but like I prefer Spencer. And I always liked Toby's character until I'll get to that. I liked him in the beginning because he was like a nice subversion, and I just really it was really unexpected for them to get together, I think, but it really worked, and I just thought they were really nice together as well. Until the writers decided that they had to start dropping piles of poo poo on them at all times. Because, you have season one, they get together. Season two, they're super sweet. There's like a bit of drama, of course, because there's drama with everything. I agree. And then, you have season three where he just decides, you know what, I'm going to join the fucking A team. And I'm like, Toby, you piece of shit, son of a bitcheroo.
Explains it properly, and we're just like meant to believe that he put her into a literal mental institution, and it's okay for them to get back together without any kind of like repercussion.
Yeah, no, that was when I was like, you know what, I'm gonna see how they recover from this and how they address it, because
And
I
they
don't want to
didn't.
give up on them. And they never did. And it's like I'm not sure exactly when they get back together and like what happens there, but it's just after that it never feels the same, which is a shame, but that's not even the end of it. Then it's like, Marlene, why do you hate Spencer? Answer me. Come on. I'm
Yeah,
waiting.
I mean,
Like,
Hannah and Spencer, arguably it's between them who had it worse.
literally, like there's not a competition, but because our most of our suffering was self-inflicted, dating a groomer, and Emily's okay, whatever. I don't care much for Emily, if I'm honest. But anyway, so you know they really hated Spencer because then you have season five when Toby, how does he even, how could he become a cop with a criminal record? I don't understand. And then he starts prioritizing that over Spencer and like being super douchey with her as well. And I'm just like, Toby, you can do better than that. And then that again gets brushed aside and they seem to be okay until the time jump. And then they break up. From what I remember, correct me because you've seen them more than me. They break up in the time jump because they think Spencer's pregnant and he gets scared and they break up because of it. Yeah. Which I think, if anything, is very out of character for Toby because he always had like a nurturing side to him. And I just don't think he would have abandoned Spencer because of that. Considering he gets with that Yvonne chick and literally starts building her a house. It's like you're telling me you couldn't have built a crib for a kid,
The
but you're building
house,
a house.
the house was originally being built for Spencer, but because
Exactly. So like, what the fuck, dude? Like, I'm sorry, but need to explain yourself, Marlene. Why the fuck did you do this? And obviously, we have that whole Spaleb thing. Let's not get into that because,
right, that's in another video.
yes, that's a whole other thing. But then, so the thing that bothered me the most in season seven is that it's obvious that Spencer, once she is done with Caleb, that she's still hung up on Toby. But the way they deal with them, I mean, considering that they kill off that Yvonne chick, fiance of Toby's, whatever, but they really make it seem that if she was alive, he would have just stayed with her. So it's like, it really feels like Spencer's a consolation prize. And let's not even get into the fact that all of their scenes together in the second half of the season are her fucking twin. Like,
And there's definitely stuff to address there in terms of them sleeping
consent.
together. Yeah.
Yeah, considering, yeah.
Well, that's not Spencer, therefore he hasn't given consent to this
Exactly.
person.
He was raped by Spencer's twin. And the fact that they really like all they had together in the show finale was the fact that he's sticking around town. And it's like, so you decimated one of your healthiest couples multiple times, turned them into something completely, to the point where all the while you gave a groomer and his groomed pet, basically, a whole wedding episode. And I'm not sorry. Ezria is poisonous, and we'll talk about that in another video. But as far as that goes, it's like I know they ended up together, but it doesn't exactly feel victorious. It just feels like they put them back together to appease the fans, but they actually hated this couple because why decimate it so much? And I know that they dropped the line in Perfectionists or whatever, or like in one of the spin-offs, they dropped the line that Toby and Spencer eloped just to appease the fans, like, oh, look, they got married. But it's like, yeah, you could have sorted it out in the finale. Like, I don't know. It just, yeah. Basically, Marlene hates Spencer Hastings, and I'm sorry that that happened, but I still love them as a couple, but those writing choices made it really hard to root for them.
Is that Marlene actually favored Troyan?
That is so weird. Like, surely you would give good storylines to the actress that you favor. It doesn't make sense. It's like, okay, well, she got storylines, like plenty of them. It was definitely like, I mean, the main twist of the show was about Spencer in the end, but like, it wasn't good. I don't know.
It's why I love this show so much is the getting there, not so much the reveals. Like I like all the
Yeah.
creative choices around the dollhouse and the game
Mm-hmm.
board and like certain couple storylines within that. I don't like the reveals. I don't stand behind any other A but Mona.
Oh, I mean, the first two seasons are, they feel like their own little mini show. And frankly, if I rewatch it, I'd probably just rewatch those two seasons and be done with them because they're
That's
pretty much,
understandable.
they're
But I
perfect.
do
Because
have to say, I like it after Alice.
mm-hmm.
I like after it, and I do really enjoy season 6. But season 7 is
A travesty.
it's not good.
No, I mean, I watched it with my mom, and well, she falls asleep easily because she wakes up at like 5 a.m. But I remember I tried watching it with her. 5 minutes into the episode, I turned to my side and she's like, Mom, you're missing it. And she's like, nah, it's not that good, so it's fine.
Baranas was on screen. She would have
Who?
been alert. She would have been drooling.
Oh, she still drools. I should actually ask her if she misses Angel. We'll talk about that. But yeah, anyway, I'm done with that. Obviously, it's not the last time we're talking about PLL. So, what is your 16?
So tell me whereabouts it is. But my 16th spot is Monica and Chandler.
Respect. So, actually, now we can, double down a bit. So, for me, they are number 12.
Picked.
So, yeah,
Pretty
we're
close
pretty
to
close.
mine,
Yeah.
kind
Mhm.
of.
Yeah. Okay, so since I talked, you talk first about why you love them, and I'll probably just nod and agree with you because you're always right.
They are the best couple on Friends. There is no competition at all.
Anyone who says otherwise is just fooling themselves.
They are also the best characters as well. I so I have loved them since I was a little girl. They're the ones that spoke to me the most because I wanted someone like Chandler because I was always like told I was a really selfish person, really high maintenance, like demanding. I do have a lot of the traits that Monica exhibits on the show, as well as her diagnosed disorder OCD. Although we both have it in different ways, but we are both seen as control freaks in certain aspects. Um, and I think one of the best things on this show is where she goes into this rant and she asks Chandler, am I high maintenance? And he says, yes, you are, but I like maintaining you.
No, I know. I literally thought of that scene as you said it, and it's like he agrees with me apparently. But they just grow so much together. Like Monica balances out while being with him, and Chandler grows up, and it just really shows that they're perfect for each other. And I think it's like because I'm not a big fan of friends to lovers trope. It's just not something that I think about. Oh my god, like I love this
Yeah.
trope in books or in TV. But they are like probably one of the few exceptions to this rule because they are a great example of it because they were really good friends beforehand and then they get together and it just makes sense. And I saw a Reddit post, sorry, random person on Reddit who posted it, that said that the show went downhill after they got together. And I'm like, okay, you just hate happiness and love, clearly.
I feel like even if they were to say it wasn't planned from the beginning, it does look like it is. The way that there's a scene on the couch in the first episode, and it's the
Yeah.
way her and the things that he says to her and the way that he looks at her. It doesn't seem like friendship. It seems like yearning.
That word gets misused so often, doesn't it?
Yes, it has been used in certain capacities in the wrong way.
Yeah, I mean, just FYI, yearning is when both people actually want to be with each other. So otherwise, it's
And
just
they,
called stalking. So, but
but
no,
I
it's
feel
like they definitely complement each other and they give each other what they want to get from someone else. And they work together so well. And it still breaks my heart that they couldn't conceive naturally because, like, out of all the people, they deserved it. But at the same time, it's like they accepted that that's their life. And they're like, okay, these are the options we have. We still want a family and we'll do this.
for
And they
once,
did.
yeah,
But
just
yeah,
for them.
yeah.
Just for them, because they are such a beautiful, like, even in the Thanksgiving episodes where she's like flipping her lid because she's stressed and she always has to do like everything, and he's calming her down. And it's not even just the Thanksgiving episodes, it's like she's flipping her lid and going insane like I would, and he's just calming her down and being like this funny kind of distraction to make her feel better and more grounded, because obviously with OCD she's like up in the air, I feel unsafe, it's all about
Mhm.
like lack of control. And he's like, hey, hold on, like you are safe here and you're safe with me. And
But it's just so sweet. And like this, it's a really small moment, but I just love it how like Monica buys some shoes that are really expensive and she's like, oh, have you ever had something that's so beautiful that everyone wants it to Chandler? And Chandler's like, well, I have you. And I'm just like, you smooth bastard.
you
And
said
then
it.
those
And like,
knees start hurting, and he carries her for like 12 blocks. I don't know how like blocks work in New York, but apparently, like it's a way that they count how far it is to walk somewhere.
I have no idea, I wouldn't know, I'd be walking in New York like lost.
Oh, I'd be Google mapping all. I'd be such an obvious tourist. They would be like, "Yep, she's a first timer here." But if you want to jump down, good boy.
If you're not an obvious tourist, why are you even traveling?
Literally, but no, yeah, they're perfect in every way. And Ross and Rachel, who?
Ross and Rachel fucking who?
I don't
Because
know them.
they exist.
It's like,
I love them so much.
yeah, yeah. Mondler, by the way, just for clarification, like we're talking about Monica and Chandler and the love here. So yeah. Well, that was two birds with one stone.
Exactly. So we can make our way through this.
we're doing it. I mean, we're doing it a lot. We're doing it like we're trying. We're trying. We're we're doing it. I mean, I don't know what I'm saying anymore, but
We just have a lot to say.
we always have a lot to say. Have you met us? But so now we are, if I'm counting correctly, we're in the top 15 now. So obviously people already know my top
Yes, we
like
are.
12 one, but so yeah, it's not looking great for my ratio now, but my 15th couple are Brenda and Dylan from the OG Beverly Hills 90210.
Ear off about these two.
So, I mean, I've ranted to you about them, but they were just perfect for each other. They were like you've watched the remake. So, by the way, everyone, like spoilers for this one. I think I forgot to mention it, but duh, we're talking about it. So, just go away then if you don't want to hear it.
Like her in the remake.
But yeah, so obviously you've seen the remake, so you know the concept. Because obviously that was the OG. Two siblings and their parents, they moved to Beverly Hills and they just deal with life there. And so basically, Annie, Brenda is based off, like she's based off Brenda, but Brenda is a lot more likable because I know you don't like Annie. So basically, she is like the kind of a bit of a goody two shoes to start with, just a bit more reserved, and she meets the bad boy Dylan McKay, who Liam is based off. I love Dylan so much. Again, because obviously my mom watched it when it was airing. She was like, I was always a Dylan girl, like Brandon. Everyone's like, oh my God, Brandon, her brother, who Dixon is based off. He's so cute. And she was like, nah, it's Dylan for me. And I was like, yeah, I can see that. So clearly I'm my mother's daughter. But yeah, so basically, like, he's the bad boy with daddy and mommy issues. He's just a mess, honestly. He's definitely the character that guys like Chuck Bass and like Damon Salvatore were based off, like just really troubled guys. So like I think he was the OG blueprint for that because it was one of the first teen dramas to air in the format that we know today. So basically, oh, you okay? You disappeared.
Gonna die.
Oh, okay. Do you have a charger?
But it goes, oh, it's too hot. We've stopped charging.
Oh, bitches. Well, but yeah, so yeah, basically they get together and there's just so much chemistry and flirting and all of that, and she helps him like open up, and obviously he becomes kind of like an honorary member of the family. Like her parents like opened the door to him, and it's just so sweet. And they break up after she has a pregnancy scare for a bit, but then they get back together, which, fun fact. So they sleep together for the first time at their junior prom. And because it was 1990, the network was like, yeah, so we can't have premarital sex, have no consequences, and you have to put a pregnancy scare in there because they were like, she's too happy after having sex. This is gonna encourage teenagers to shabang.
Let the girl have the sex. Teenagers are gonna have the sex. Celibacy doesn't work. To quote Rachel Berry, girls want sex just as much as boys do.
Yeah, it's very like purity culture at its worst here. But yeah, so that's why they broke them up for a bit, and then they got back together, and then then it was like I told you, they became a part of the, like, think Brooke, Lucas, and Peyton 10 times more frustrating. I hate that love triangle so much, and they just ended up like they didn't work together anymore because like her parents didn't approve of him anymore because some stuff happened. Like I'm not gonna recount the whole storyline, but they just they kind of drift apart, and then he starts like cheating with her best friend. Like they don't sleep together till like later on, but that's not the point. You don't need to sleep with someone to be having an affair with them. and it's basically then they kind of like gaslight her into like being okay with it, and it's the case of either she's okay with the fact that they're together now, or she loses all the friends that she has. And I'm just like, well, I'm sorry, but if those aren't the friends, then I'd rather have no friends. But teenagers don't think like that, I guess. And then they, even as friends, and they have more chemistry than the couple she's actually like the couple he's actually with, like with her best friend and all that. And I'm just like,
She's
so
the one that
because
has.
yeah, so because Shannon Doherty, the rest in peace, too soon. She was the one who played Brenda, and if she hadn't left the show, which by the way, obviously very explosive, like she was basically sacked from it. If she stayed, I'm 100% certain that they would have got back together. Because the thing is, off screen, because the actor who played Dylan, again, late Luke Perry, again taken too soon. You'll know him from Riverdale. Yeah,
Yeah,
but yeah, too soon, not fair. So yeah, he also left the show for 3 seasons, I think, and they reunited off screen their characters, like they got back together for a bit before breaking up again. So like I'm convinced that if they stayed for the full 10 years that it was airing, which by the way, fucking hell, shows used to be long back in the day. Take notes. We need longer shows again. So yeah, they would have got back together, but yeah, I just it's the case of, for some reason, the love triangle ended up with the person that I hated the guy with, and I'm just like, what is my problem? Why do I like couples that don't end up together? But yeah, they were perfect, and I take no notes there. And
you just love a
sorry,
tragic love story.
yeah, Kelly, the third person in that triangle, like the best friend, can suck you. Sorry, but no thanks. It's a no for me. So yeah, what is your number 15?
It is Jess and Rory from Gilmore Girls.
Yeah, I can see that. I was so obsessed with them when I was younger, but I think the case
Me
is
too.
that other couples just pushed them down. They're somewhere there. I don't remember their number though. They are there though.
Yeah, we have trashed Rory Gilmore at length. Like, I do not like Rory.
Mm-mm. Sorry,
There is
Alexis,
nothing.
but you need to cry better.
Can't even talk about this. When she's at the funeral and she's fake crying, and I'm like, Rory, why are you fake crying at a funeral?
I was
This
gonna
is
say,
so
I've only
disrespectful.
acted in like university level productions, and I was a tree in one of them, and I can fake cry better than that. So giddy up. And I'm giddying up to survive. But
I
no.
think Rory and Jess are very of their time,
Mm-hmm.
Like we were all Jess girls. We were all obsessed with Rory and Jess, well, mainly
I
Jess, but
mean,
like
come on, that scene where she's like, I thought you don't read much. What is much? I'm like, excuse me, a guy who reads? That is so rare.
and he writes the ones that he gives her, and I'm like, that is romance.
Honestly, I mean, I'm just weighing my 2 cents in on this couple. I think that it was the case of right person, wrong time, because the time was very wrong, because Jess had a lot of shit to sort out for himself.
But
And
he
then
does.
but that's the thing. When he sorts his shit out, it's Rory who's a fucking nutcase mess.
But Rory was always the problem and the mess.
It's not obvious until Jess sorts his shit out. Because when he comes back in season 6 and she's dropped out of Yale, he's like, why? Why? And she's like,
I'm Serena now. Parties.
And trust fund, honestly, like, don't even. I actually listened to I listened to that essay from Serena Skyborn about Gilmore Girls in class and stuff, and that's actually like quite interesting. This is not sponsored, by the way. She doesn't know who we are. Not yet, anyway. collab, please. Anyway, but yeah, it's definitely, I do think they were trying, at least the Year in Life tried to frame that eventually Jess is going to be her Luke, because, they want her to repeat her mother's life. But at the same time, at this point, Jess can do better than some hot mess in her 30s who doesn't know how to apply for a job.
Who had a baby with a Wookiee?
It's like, this girl does not understand relationships. It's like, you got knocked up when cheating on your partner with someone who was cheating on their partner. It's like, what? You can't make this shit up. Like, what?
Natural. I mean, I've talked about how there was no downfall. It was always there many, many times. And
Oh,
people
it
just
started in
refused to
the
see
pilot
it.
episode. As soon as she realized her grandparents come from money, it was over.
Ching.
I mean, money changes everyone. Because it's like, it's the case of, if you realize that you will always have a safety net to fall back on, and a lot of your actions won't have consequences because of it, that changes you as a person.
It does. And I mean, obviously, like you said, they did try to model Jess
Mm-hmm.
over Luke, but like I don't know if there's really much similarities between Jess and Luke besides the fact that they're related.
Nah, I mean, if anything, Jess as an adult is a lot more well adjusted than Luke. I was never a massive like Luke fan as a character himself. I just thought that he was a bit overgrown man child who couldn't communicate with Lorelai ever. So I don't know if that's an unpopular opinion or not, but even in the revival, it seems that he hasn't matured at all, and what they are like in their 50s now. I don't know how old they're meant to be, but sorry
Well,
if you
like
can hear fireworks.
I can't hear fireworks.
Yeah, I think it's like late Diwali celebrations around the area.
Yeah,
Thankfully, no one
Nala's
doesn't give a
very
shit about
scared.
them. So
Nala hates them. She's been really scared.
poor baby. But
Um, I think that Jess is very mature and great when he comes back. I mean, I always liked him and I liked the broody bad boy thing. I
oh
was
yeah,
very
for
much into that.
sure. I mean, it makes for good TV, and there are definitely things that he did wrong. Like I would say, the things that he did wrong in his relationship with Rory was that obviously he did kind of try to like push their sexy times further than she wanted at that party, which was not cool. But he realized that it was not cool and he owned up to it. And obviously the fact that he invented ghosting, just Mariano invented ghosting because he just fucked off and left her
He
stranded.
said, bye bye, bitch.
Literally. And it's like, but at the same time, he could tell that she had everything so different that, because I mean, I'm sorry, Rory, but Jess had real problems. He was literally kicked out and had to work like 60-hour weeks just to keep afloat. And he couldn't go to school because he had to work. It's like he had problems. Your biggest problem was that you didn't have enough extracurriculars because you couldn't be bothered to, do anything. But that, like, who cares? Because your spot at Yale is going to be bought for you anyway.
Aim to fucking get in. Ugh. That's all I really have to say on them. My like is more for Jess than it is for Rory.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Rory's hard to love. Which is like how I told you that I've only seen the show once. That's why I'm not rewatching, because it's kind of hard to rewatch a show when the two main characters are your least favorite characters. You know,
I get it. I
there's
do
only
like
like,
Lorelai.
I like Lorelai more than Rory, but that's still not much. And you can't really watch a show for its side characters solely. So it's hard. I don't know. Maybe one day I will rewatch it, even if it is to hear Emily say, well, then take me to Rio because I'm open for business.
Favorite scene ever. And then
I love Emily. But yeah.
that is
So
such a good episode. That's the no, that's not from That's the Rub. That is uh, it's when they're going through their separation, isn't it?
mhm.
That separation upsets me because there's a certain couple on my list coming up soon.
Yeah, we'll get to that. But oh, this one.
Oh yeah.
Well,
I'm
you
looking.
will have stuff to say too. So
I
number
bet I
14
will.
is Ryan and Marissa from the OC.
Six.
Yes.
Can
So
we just rewrite history though? Because there's just this thing.
please. I mean, honestly, if they did a revival and just completely ignored what they did in season 3 finale, I would not be mad. I don't think anyone would be mad because people are appreciating Marissa's character a lot more. And it's like, look, I understand she's hard to root for, and I've heard perspectives. Like my fiance, he hates her character, but I understand his perspective because it is she can be hard to root for because of the writing, but we still love her because we can see behind the shitty writing choices who her character is at her core. And I mean, come on, that scene in the pilot, who are you, whoever you want me to be, the New Year's scene, the like their dance, their, the chemistry. Obviously, we know that some of it was infused by real life, but it's neither here nor there. They still translated it because there are cases of couples dating, but that chemistry does not translate on screen. We've seen that. Dorina, anyone? And you know, it's like they have such chemistry. But the thing is, as we know, the writers refused to just let them be happy for more than 2 seconds. And that was a writing choice to create drama because for some reason, the only way to create drama was to make Marissa do something stupid. I don't blame Misha for being like, this is shit, because it is. But considering I tried counting their happy moments in the show and I barely had enough for both hands. There are few and far in between. But I think it's another case of it's the right person and wrong time. And obviously, when, because she goes away to Greece with her dad and sorts her shit out, when she comes back for Summer's wedding, all like super well adjusted now, and Ryan's well adjusted, and they make up and, they have a double wedding. So it's a surprise, You just thought it was Seth and Summer getting married to JK. It's both of them now. Taylor, who? No, I'm kidding. I like Ryan and Taylor as well. But if someone told me pick one, it wouldn't be a competition.
I did like Ryan and Taylor, but it's definitely Ryan and Marissa for me. It's just that it's that angst, that like yearning again, that just it's the young love, and how
Yeah.
innocent they both are at that point in time.
Yeah, because
And
like someone on Reddit described it pretty well that, because someone asked, again, like I said, I lurk on Reddit a lot, okay? It gives me an idea of where the fandoms of shows that finished a while ago are today, if anything's changed. So, like for example, someone asked, do you think Ryan ever fell in love either with Taylor or with someone else more than he did with Marissa? And someone
no,
said, I mean, depends how you look at it, because obviously he definitely fell in love with someone and he likely married and maybe had kids, whatever. And, he was happy with them. But those loves that you have when you're super young and, developing all the hormones and everything, they're so tumultuous that they'll stay with you forever, even if that person is no longer around. And also, it's the fact that their relationship didn't have a good conclusion, like, or a closure. because they kill her off. Fuck cars.
Oh, I hate cars. I hate people called Joshua Schwartz.
Honestly, Joshua, you fucked up there. And you know you did. You admitted it. So don't take it back now. No backsies. Mm-mm.
No.
No. But yeah, they're just honestly they're perfect, and they drove the whole. I just wish that they thought of some conflict for them that didn't arise from Marissa trauma bonding with some guy who then decided that she's the love of his life. Because it's like that whole Johnny thing was, they could have thought of a different conflict. Let's not. No, I'm not going to talk about him. He's not worth it. His emo crap with the stupid hair can stay in 2005. I'm not interested. But yeah, honestly, you know, they definitely, like, for me, they were definitely the couple of the OC. As much as I do like Set and Summer, they
100%.
yeah, they were it. And the fact that they didn't end up together, because this is not a supernatural show and she can't just resurrect herself, it doesn't change that they are each other's soulmates. But that being said, I hope that in that fictional universe, Ryan finds someone who makes him happy. Even it can be Taylor, it can be someone else, because he doesn't deserve to spend his whole life grieving her. He will always grieve her, but like, he still deserves happiness. So it's the case of, it's unfortunate. And Joshua, you suck. I mean, you don't suck, but you need to. You should have. I'm just saying, out of all the characters you should have killed off, Marissa was not the one to do it. No. So
I
yeah.
mean, there were other characters. Like, I don't know, just as an example, we could have thrown Jimmy Cooper into the shark pool. Just an example. Like, if it had to be a Cooper, it has to be
I'm just
Jimmy.
saying, yeah, it's very, yeah. I think that I am good on that.
One more thing, Ferris wheel.
That was so cute.
And obviously that what you say, the way she saves him, essentially. Like, that always like, he's always saving her, but like, that was her moment to save
Oh
him.
yeah, for sure. That was, apparently that took 20 hours to film.
It seems like it was done so quick. Like, it's just so iconic.
I mean, it always looks so quick, but yeah, apparently by the time that she's collapsing at the wall, she said, I actually felt like that because we've been shooting this for ages and I was tired. So I mean, same girl, and I don't work 16-hour days on a shoot. But yeah.
So overlooked. Shall we go to my number 15? 14?
Yeah.
Actually,
Let's do it. Yeah.
I know you'll have a lot to say because we are talking about Brooke and Lucas.
And they are my number 6.
It's weird. My number 6 was Ryan and Marissa, and your number 6 is Bruce.
So whoopsies.
Right, let's talk about
Toxic by Britney Spears.
Yes, let's play that, but I feel like we should play that more with Chuck and Blair, for example.
That's more like what's a song that's more toxic than Britney? You know what? We'll come back to that. But yeah, no, it's like, what a couple.
They are adorable. And do you know what? It's not even just season 1, like really early Brucus. It's also like after they get back together the first time. They have some really cute moments, but I do love that. So Lucas comes into this show as like this really sour plain piece of sourdough bread, and he's walking around with his hands in his pockets, like trying to like pick up all the ladies. I'm not really understanding like how he's swiping the V card so much with that thing that he's got going on. Like he's so stale at the beginning. I don't get it. Like Brooke isn't throwing like cards.
Oh my god, I love that. I just for some reason I just imagined a loaf of sourdough bread and like low-rise jeans just walking down the hall. You know what though? Like my biggest thing about this pairing is that I know you can't control what happens in real life, and obviously divorce sucks dick, but I really wish that we got to see what they actually had planned for Brucus versus Leighton and all of that had they, the whole divorce thing not happened, because obviously they had to like course correct because of that.
Yeah,
And yeah, so again, shit happens, but I really wish we got to see their full vision, because you can't tell me that after 2 seasons basically of build up, because season 2 he realizes he likes her for real, and he pines for her and all of that, and then season 3 the first half they go like on and off, it's like so super like tense and all that, and then they get back together. You can't tell me that all of that was just so that he could turn around and be like, Peyton, it's your turn now. It's like there had to have been more to that story.
there are different accounts from different cast members of like how it was
Mm-hmm.
meant to go, but apparently Brooke and Lucas weren't like meant to be endgame, but Peyton and him weren't meant to be endgame either. So
Yeah,
yeah,
I
but what I
saw
was
like,
gonna say
yeah.
what I was gonna say earlier when I was talking about the whole sourdough wearing the trousers is that Lucas, I think we can argue that Brooke's first initial lust for Lucas is because of how he looks, and that now he's on the basketball team.
Sure,
But
yeah.
in those first few episodes, he like really fucking needed to come out of his shell, and Brooke is the perfect person to do that, and she did that really well. She took him out of his shell, she got him tattooed, she took him to
It
a
was
bar.
it was fun. I mean, with Peyton, it would have just been like, I'm just gonna exaggerate here, but it would have been
But they just
life
they
is
just
meaningless, right? Oh yeah, it's just nothing matters anymore, Lucas. Peter.
nothing.
It's like, nihilism, all that, like drugs and stuff, whatever.
Shit,
Um,
shit.
but no, like, Brooke has faults. I mean, she's like my favorite character, but she's not perfect. But girl knows how to have fun, and she knows
She
how to
really
make other people have fun. She has that infectious. I mean, if anything, Peyton really needed a friend like her, because otherwise she would have just won like the brooding award of the year every year.
being that loner that she boasts that she is in that episode where Glenda has to turn around and be like, actually, you're a fucking prom queen. I'm the loner,
I
Peyton.
laughed so hard at that. And it's like,
So did
but
I.
she was so right. It's like, girl, you're dating one of the most conventionally attractive guys at school. You
Two
have
of
like
them,
all
actually.
these, yeah, you have these things going for you. Like you are yourself conventionally attractive. Like everything's going well for you, and you're still playing, oh, but I'm this misunderstood, lonely victim. Okay, this somehow turned into let's hate on Peyton. Anyway, let's go back to Brucus.
Um, honestly, one of my favorite scenes is a sad one. Well, there's two. When she's begging him to fight for her, and then the one at the wedding. I
Oh,
think that
don't
scene
even
is
that. I mean, I don't think we need to assume that one had to have been partially real because, like, come on, you don't invoke that sort of emotion. Like, Chad looked destroyed. Like, he was like, yeah. And it's gonna stay on television forever now. Basically, like, parts of their private stuff got aired out and channeled into their characters, and it's gonna stay there forever. I find that hilarious in a really dark way.
I mean, like, she did the same thing, so.
I mean, no sympathy. Well, I had sympathy for her then when it happened. I don't have sympathy for her for that thing now, knowing what we know now. Does that make sense?
No, no. Yeah, absolutely. And I think that so that was one of the most powerful scenes that Sophia Bush has ever done. Like
Oh, for
it felt
sure.
real. It felt
Yeah.
raw. I was with her. I've had that same conversation with a man and it's like not it's a horrible place to be, but like you do
Yeah.
grow
And
from it.
yeah, and it's like, she said those things multiple times and it just wasn't landing. Like, he was not getting it. And I don't think he ever really understood why she ended things again, like for the second time.
I mean, he's
So,
always been the problem. Even when he
mhm,
gets with Peyton, she says the line to him, "Oh, so you just never on your actual girlfriend's side?
mhm.
Like, did you
I
just
thought that
yeah?"
was hilarious. Yeah, I mean, but the question is, we've been talking about how they've been, you know, they are definitely they're hard to root for to be together because he cheats on her and then he basically emotionally cheats again, and it's like, then why are they in our top 20? But it's like there's definitely something about them that's beyond just chemistry, and I think that for Brooke, I think she definitely thought that he was the one, like the one, like her Nathan, for probably a good while. And I think that it definitely took her a while to get over that. And but she didn't walk away because she didn't love him. She walked away because she loved herself more and she knew that she couldn't get tangled in a situation where he would choose Peyton over her again. So she removed herself from it, but it wasn't because
Did
she
it.
didn't love him, and she channeled her anger and frustration into everything else that season. It's definitely her worst season character wise, but we'll talk
Ugh.
about that another time. But it's the case of she took control of the situation the best way that she knew how. But and again, I admire that for her because, like, chances are she's right. If she stuck around, it would have only ended up in more tears because you know he would have. Chances are he would have gone to Peyton. So might as well get out when you can. But it's just sad
Exactly.
because, like I said, she's literally breaking up with him and telling him why, and he's just having an inner monologue, thinking he's fucking Ernest Hemingway or some shit. And it's like, dude, you're
Ugh.
not that deep. Shut the fuck up. And to be
He
fair,
is, like
from
in the
what I hear,
vampire.
Hemingway was a piece of shit as well who abused women. So, yeah.
He is like that monologue in the Vampire Diaries where Caroline's like, "Am I a kiddie pool? Am I
Hmm.
that shallow?
Hmm.
Lucas, you are the kiddie pool. Caroline shouldn't be saying that. You should be saying that."
Literally. But yeah, honestly, I just think that they were definitely like good TV. They were entertaining and it doesn't matter they didn't end up together because, like, I'm happy with who Brooke ended up with. Very happy. Like, I love them together as well. But I just think that they made for really good television, and that's why we watch these shows. And
And it's the chemistry.
exactly, like, because I think that two people can really sell you a fictional love story that is fictional, but you're watching and you're getting invested because they're selling it to you. It's art, and not everyone can do it. A lot of actors don't pull that off. Like, arguably, they're probably like the best chemistry in the show, at least like, or at least as strong as Nayli, minimum. But you know, that's a whole other conversation. We've been at this for nearly 2 hours already, and we're not even halfway. I was gonna say, are we okay to cut off halfway just because my back's hurting?
Of course we can cut off.
Was gonna say, like, I thought we could do it all, but we have too much to talk about. And you know, when we get to top 10, I will talk for like 20 minutes on each couple. So no, just was gonna say, let's get to like number 11 and then cut off.
Yeah. You'll
But
love my number 11 as well, so.
But yeah, was gonna say. So where were we? So you said you're number 14. Yeah, so we're on 13 now. Cool. Okay. What is my number 13? Right. Oh, girl. Okay. Another one. That's not together. Oh my God. Okay, you know what? I'll just say that 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, 5 couples end up together in my list.
5 out of 20.
6. No, if we're looking at that, no, you know what? No, Chandler and Monica end up together. Spencer and Toby end up together. So that's 2 already. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 7 out of 20. That's not terrible. It could be worse. So anyway, my number 13 is Harvey and Sabrina from Chilling Adventures of Sabrina, which, by the way, what a failure of a show. The first season was, do you know Sabrina the Teenage Witch? Like, do you know the concept of it?
I watched it, but I know the concept of it, and I didn't like the remake or reboot.
So yeah, basically that remake, The Chilling Adventures, was meant to be like a dark take on it. Because obviously the original Sabrina the Teenage Witch is a sitcom. So that was like pure drama, Netflix, like, you know, supernatural drama. And the first season was amazing. And then it did the, and then they started singing off key, and it just worse than Riverdale. Fucking hell.
There was a musical episode.
Many of them. That's not even, they just started singing randomly out of like just standing there singing. I'm like, this adds nothing to the plot. But you know, so basically in the sitcom, Harvey and Sabrina, they are like, they're the couple. She's a witch, he's a mortal, and it shouldn't work, but it does. And they're so sweet together, so cute, and they end up together and super happy. They are somewhere on my list as well, the sitcom ones, but I don't know where they are. They're somewhere in the top 100 for sure, which says a lot. Can you tell I watch TV a lot? Anyway, so basically in this one, I was super invested because I was thinking, okay, you have this couple that was so good in a sitcom. In a dramatic show, you can do more with them. You can really, you know, get it. And then they broke up in the first season, like 10 episodes in, and they never got back together. And you know why? You love hearing that. Because the actors, so Harvey's actor and the actor who played one of Sabrina's besties, they were dating in real life. And they said, we want you to write our characters be together in the show as well, or we're quitting. That's the only reason they got together. And the thing is, they have no chemistry. It's like, I mean, I hope that your boning is better in real life because it looks boring as fuck on television. No offense to the actors, but yeah, they didn't look good together. And it's like, this is the exact scenario why the writers need to get off online forums and listen to their cast less and just say, you have a job, you have our story to tell, and you're going to fucking tell it, because they listened to the fans so much that they just ran it into the ground. And there was so much to explore because Sabrina's a witch, right? And in this remake, Harvey was meant to be a witch hunter. It's like so much to explore. Star-crossed lovers, not meant to be
That's
together,
sexy.
meant to kill her. And they just drop all of it forever. And I'm like,
They didn't do the whole enemies to lovers thing. I'm gonna choke you out. Like,
they were together when the show started, when she became a witch during her initiation, whatever, like got her powers. I forgot the lore, and I'm not gonna be rewatching it, but like they were super cute. And then, do you know the tail monkey spa? Have you heard of it? That whole when so basically what happens in that one is that like so someone dies and another person gets a wish on a monkey paw and they choose to bring them back, but they come back wrong. And things like Pet Cemetery by Stephen King, if you've heard the story, like his son dies. Again, spoilers for Pet Cemetery, guys, but his son dies and he chooses to resurrect him and he comes back and just starts killing off the family and all that. Basically, just don't resurrect people, please. So
face
that's
horror.
so yeah. So his so Harvey's brother dies in some accident. Again, we watched it during lockdown, so I'm fuzzy on the details because we were like, this is shit, we're not rewatching this. So, and she resurrects him because she can. And I think that's how like he finds out that he's a witch and stuff, because the brother comes back all wrong and like tries to attack Harvey and all that. And basically they break up over it. But you think that's like a lot, there's a lot of ground to explore there, and then like see, you know, how they can figure it out. And that's the thing. But that when it happens, they just drop their couple completely. It's never brought up again. They act like they weren't even together. They interact with each other just like, hey, like, yeah, we're just casual friends and all that. And it's like, this is a disgraceful. It's an insult. And yeah, I'm not happy because who they ended up putting her with, it's just, he was annoying as fuck. But yeah, I'm done with that because I'm done with that show. I mean, yeah, like the actress is great. You know, it's the same one who was in Totally Killer. You like that film?
I loved her in Totally Killer. She killed it.
Yeah, but yeah, it's
Fucking
just
killed it. She
I'm
was
gonna I'm
great.
gonna stop now. So tell me your 13.
My number spot, lucky 13, is not Taylor Swift. It is Emily and Richard Gilmore.
Fuck yeah.
I have adored this couple since my first watch, and you know that I am a bit of a Emily defender because I feel like Emily's the one that needs the defending more than Richard does, especially when it
I
pertains to
mean,
like.
she has her daughter refer to her as Stalin, and I'm like, okay, first of all, I mean, I know about Joseph Stalin a fair bit because we had to learn it in history. And as far as I'm concerned, Emily didn't exactly send you to Siberia to work manual labor until you dropped dead. So shut up, Lorelai.
I think Lorelai over dramatizes a lot of things, to be
Mm-hmm.
honest. Like,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I even agree with Richard that like it was absolutely fine for him to get Rory a thing at Yale, an interview, but the way that he did it was wrong, and you could tell that Emily didn't know. She was pissed at him as well. They were all
Mm-hmm.
pissed at him. But yeah, I just don't think that she's always in the wrong, but in her daughter's eyes, she is always in the wrong. And
Mm-hmm.
I'm struggling to see a lot of those moments where Emily is wrong. I'm just seeing this woman that like ferociously loves her daughter and her
Yeah,
granddaughter.
she doesn't go about it in the best way, but she does care. And you know, I know we're meant to be talking about the couple, but I'm just gonna say this. It breaks my heart in a way for Emily that I don't think her and Lorelai ever actually like fixed that bridge that's between them. Like Lorelai still keeps her at arm's length till
Yes.
like the very end, and she's she's entitled to that. But I just think that it's the case of, oh, so you're gonna take all the benefits of being Emily's daughter, but you're not gonna let her fully in. It's not
She's
very
the one in the
fair.
pilot that goes to them. She's the one that constantly keeps going back to them. She wants to take their money but not have their lifestyle, and it doesn't fucking work like that, you entitled little brat. Like, no wonder your daughter's a fucking brat.
You know, you learn what you see. A child's behavior, if there's anything I learned from the like not multiple, but like the few children that I'm around sometimes, thank God for that. You know, it's they learn what they see from adults and they mimic that behavior. Just saying,
Or if they're
like
not told no.
exactly, but like for you know, it's as simple as you can't tell your kid to not be on their screen if you scroll through your phone 5 hours a day. Just saying, like it's like so you know when it comes to stuff like that, Lorelai told Rory one thing and then did another. So no wonder that she was like, "Huh, Pikachu face." But anyway, yeah. As far as Emily and Richard go, I don't know where they are in my list, but I do definitely like. I think you know they're that love that you know when we started the show they've been together forever and ever and ever and they do have that like trial separation whatever but they get back together and you know they're that love that you know it's gonna make it they're the staple of the show they're gonna stick together it's you just know it and there's no
They
question
are.
about it and they did stay together till death did them part. I was so sad.
Want to say on that is that scene where she tells him, "I'm going first."
And you
Richard
know that's
goes,
not what happened, and that's not what happened in real life as well.
"Oh, no." Oh.
So sad.
And they
But
had a very good relationship in real life to the point that I think I read a few days ago that Kelly was invited to I actually forgot something to do with his actual wife
oh, that's
in
sweet
real life.
though. You know, it's like it's nice to know that you know they got along so well, and it really showed on screen as well. And it was nice to have that constant because when you like come to think of it, there weren't many constant safe blanket relationships in Gilmore Girls because everyone was acting crazy.
Yes, they were.
Just saying, like you have the will they won't they, you have the cheating, you have the breakups, like you have emotional immaturity, but they were that staple, like, oh look, there is one normal relationship in this show. Sure, they're socialite rich bastards, but like nothing wrong with having money.
And the banter and the wit and like how Emily can get confused at certain things that pertains to Rory and being young and like Richard is the same and they're like, "Oh, is this what's cool?" And I
Yeah, it's
just
just they're just sweet. I mean, they're not perfect characters, and
oh no.
but they do love each other. Like, there's no doubt about that.
The chemistry again just amazing.
Definitely. Cool. So you already know
Number
my number 12 because we talked about it. It's Chandler and Monica. So we're not repeating ourselves here. So you tell me your number 12.
is Cece and Schmidt from New Girl,
Yes,
aka the best
queen.
couple on New Girl.
Oh, yeah, 100%. And yes, we are aware that he technically was two timing Cece for a little bit. We know that. We don't condone that.
We
But
hated that.
we love the pair in spite of that.
We love the pair in spite of that, and we especially love the plan to stop Cece's wedding.
That was funny. It was just,
Hilarious
you know,
episode.
it was, they're definitely like that sort of opposites attract bickering because, you know, she's a model and he's a bit of a loser. Well, not a loser, like he's just like, how to describe it? Like he thinks he's cooler than he actually is, basically. But, you know, she's definitely out of his league, is what I'm saying. But, you know,
Percent.
yeah, and she still grows to care for him because they start super casual, and then she's like, oh shit, I caught feelings, what did I do? And yeah, it just I it's been a while since I watched the show, but I just remember being really invested in them and rooting for them.
I
And
was too the whole way.
like when do they get married? I forgot. I just know that they do.
They get married in, I think it's the second to last season, or it might be the last season.
Yeah, I just know that they end up
Um,
together, which is great. I think they were then like 23rd or 24th couple, so they nearly made the top 20.
oh, I mean, they're my 12 spot. So,
Yeah. I'm just if I can remember, I'm just saying roughly so that you know how far a ship can be, like how far down it could be and all that. But when it comes to like ranking random spots like past the 20, I'm like, you know what? They can change a little bit. Like, if I rewatch the show, sometimes it can stir up feelings and I'm like, oh, they're
oh,
gonna move up now a bit. And
I mean,
um
these lists really aren't official, are they?
oh yeah. It's like anything can happen. I mean, I yeeted out a random couple to put another one in just before we made this. So, but yeah, it's they're just, they really struck me as people who knew they wanted each other and they sorted their shit out and they got together and they stayed together.
I just really love them together, especially early in the beginning when she's kind of like really struggling with the ideology around it because, she's a model, she's like somewhat famous, really well known,
Mm-hmm.
very attractive, and she's also Indian, so there's that like divide with what her family would
Mm-hmm.
think of and we actually get some funny stuff pertaining to that. But
Yeah, definitely.
yeah, she struggles with that, and it's kind of like Stefan's mom. Someone's like admitting to herself like, oh, I like Steph. Stacey's kind of like, oh, I like Smith. I can't stop sleeping with him, and I don't know why.
No, that was funny because like, sometimes love finds a way. It just happens. And there's nothing wrong with that. I was gonna say just before my laptop dies, because we still have a couple couples to talk about, I'm just gonna plug it in. Just bear with me for a second.
Okay. Stacey and do I have anything else to say about that? Their wedding. The oh yeah. Yeah.
Sorry, there's like a million wires and I was on the clock, so I just picked up the first thing that I found. But I just wanted to make sure it
I
didn't
was
die. Because when my laptop dies, it's a bitch. Wait, why is it not charging? Sorry. Let's see. Super annoying. I might have to. Ugh. You know what? Let me move on the sofa. Sorry, I know it's like the last bit, but my laptop's battery's crap. So I'm just gonna
that's okay.
relocate for a moment. Ew. Okay.
Oh yeah, new house.
Yes, house tour. Not the Sabrina Carpenter song,
I'll
but
give you the house tour.
to
I'll
be fair,
take you.
probably like one of the best ones. But yeah, sorry for a bit of the angle change, but just for a little bit just to make sure it doesn't die. Right. So, anything else that you still have to say about Cece and Schmidt?
I still have something to say because I love them so much.
Yes.
I just adore their dynamic, and they're just so funny together, and she looks gorgeous at both of her weddings. Like,
Oh
just
yeah, for sure.
and the fact that they didn't want to give her a fringe, even though she looks amazing in a fringe, because it would overshadow Zoe with her fringe. Like,
Oh, come off it.
that's so annoying. That's an annoying thing I found out from one of the podcasts. It's like, just let her have her fringe. She looks fucking amazing with her fringe.
Mm-hmm. I'm
It
glad they came to their senses.
with the long hair and the fringe, and like her
Mhm.
eyelashes are so big, and that does she have doe eyes by any chance?
More than some people. Just saying.
Me too. Yeah, that's all I have to say. I just think they're just a hilarious, but like one of those couples that you don't think would work, but really do.
Yeah, for sure. But yeah, I agree with that. Sorry, Dante decided it's time to kick things.
Go
Dog.
Dante. Go Dante.
Yeah, he's a clinger, but yeah, I
I
mean,
love
I agree when they like they really make sense together. And I was gonna say we have one more then before we cut off, but
yes. You do.
that one is, oh, actually, I forgot to mention a show in the beginning. So if you've seen Charmed, anyone, spoilers, but
It
I
is
know
on
you,
my
I know it is, and that's why I'm like, do you mind if I spoil some of it for you? You're just gonna forget, aren't you?
because fibro fog is very foggy, let me tell you.
I mean, it can be used to an advantage from time to time. Okay, so
It really
basically,
can.
I won't go into too much detail just in case you remember something if you do watch it. So basically, it's Piper and Leo from Charmed. They were one of the first couples that I ever shipped because Charmed was like the first live action show that I've watched like properly when I was like 10. So basically, Piper is obviously she's the middle sister of the Halliwell witches, and
And she's
Leo,
played by
yes, yeah. So and Leo is their white lighter. So white lighters actually it's like a unique lore for this show. He's meant to be like their guardian. You know, he can heal them after their battles with demons, and just watches over them. You know, communicates with like the elders. They're annoying to give them like information on who they're fighting and stuff. You know, so he's like basically guardian angel if you want to think about it like that. But because of who he is, they can't be together because technically they're his charges. So it's forbidden. So you have that little
My Life is
star-crossed
Forbidden.
lovers aspect there as well.
I love
And
that.
yeah, so they try to be together for a while to prove to the elders that they can make it work. And they have like their wedding interrupted by the elders, and then they get married again, and then they end up like it's really how about balancing together. She's a witch, like he has his other charges, and balancing their own happiness and their own life with their duty sort of thing, and seeing how that works. And it's really sweet, um, until the show starts taking the piss out of them, because the
As it
second half of
does.
the show feels like it's written by another person, because it is, because a man takes over the show, and we know what happens when that happens.
Nothing good.
So yeah, he starts like breaking them up a lot and just turning Piper very codependent on him, like on Leo, I mean, and it's just very But yeah, so they do end up together. So that's one of the ships that end up together. Just letting you know, it's not all tragic. But yeah, they are very sweet together, and they really balance each other out because Leo's pretty chill while Piper can get a bit like and they have like lots of comedic moments, but they're also very domestic because they're like a married couple, but they also have two of her sisters living there, which is a bit awkward, but they make it work because they live in the manor together. They have to stay there because they're the strongest. So it's and then they have two kids together, which no one's too thrilled about that because
Especially not me.
exactly. But they do also show how they can make a child work when they have this job, that when they're literally attacked by forces of evil, sort of thing. So it is provides for some interesting storytelling. So I would say they're definitely the healthiest ship and the most constant one. If you do end up watching it, you'll see what I mean. There are some definitely toxic ships on the show, but we'll get to that when we get
We
to
will
that.
get
Yeah. So to cap this off then and leave people hanging, because this is riveting and they're gonna be like, oh my god, what is your top 10 then? Well, they have a bit of a preview with a couple of them, but what is your 11?
We're about to end this on a very, very positive note.
I love that, actually. That works. We've had tragedy.
It's still tragic, but we're about to talk about Buffy and Angel.
I mean, okay, immediately. So, spoiler, this is my number 2. So, yeah, I just love them so much. They're
Me
just
too. And I
perfect.
think this is the perfect place to like end part 1 on, because it's just like so,
There's, I
yes, it's
mean,
tragic and
I mean, they love each other so much, but they can't be together because they have those stupid duties to the rest of the world. It's like, fuck the world, just go to Mars or something and be together.
sometimes you just gotta let the world burn and let people like deal and save themselves. It shouldn't just be put on Buffy. Like,
I know,
just let
I
her
know she
go
walks a
fuck her
lonely
life.
road, but it's like, come on, man. But honestly, it's like the chemistry, the love. It's like, yeah, he turns evil, but even then, she can't bring herself to kill him because she still loves him. And it's like, there's so much trust and respect there. And it's like, he is the only person that she can truly let her guard down. Because there was like, I don't know if you've got to that part yet, so I'm not going to spoil it. But there's this moment in season 5 when he comes back and they have a moment, and it's one of my favorites. And just it's just like every time he walks into the frame, Buffy has like the biggest heart eyes ever. Like it seems like her world just lit up like hallelujah sparkles. And I'm like, same. I mean, same. If David Boreanaz just walked in here, I'd be like, hello. But
I love them so much.
I love them, honestly. Like, as far as I'm concerned, and Sarah Michelle Gellar agrees with me. So if you ever see this, Sarah, I mean, we believe your vision, but she explicitly stated in Buffy reunion, official Buffy reunion with most of the cast, there were a couple missing for like obvious reasons, like criminal convictions and stuff. But she said that for Buffy, there is only Angel, of course. Duh.
And no one called Spoy.
Or Soggy Briley. Let's not go there. We said we would end this on a positive note. We'll have our time to discuss certain things later on. But it's just they're perfect. It's like that
They
is
are
how you do yearning. Just saying, that is the definition of yearning.
because they can't be together when he goes to hell, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he comes back and he is not even at that point a sliver of the person, the man that he was. Like he's very he comes back kind of like a robot, obviously because of the trauma. I think that's like
Mm-hmm.
reflecting the trauma that he went through, obviously in the fiery pits
Mm-hmm.
of us. And
Obviously.
I mean I didn't super enjoy that part of the season because I was so sad for him, and also how they treated Buffy when he came back, like she's meant to tell them. Like, no, just let her process it. This is not your trauma or your business. That is hers.
Well, we know
Like anything
Scooby's always
pertaining to
felt a big
Angel.
ownership over Buffy's reactions, so this is not new information. You'll find out soon enough. But
But
yeah.
I absolutely just love their entire arc, especially from season 1 and 2. Like how
Mhm.
they get together and like the inner conflict that she goes through of like, I'm the Slayer and I'm meant to save the world, but like I'm in love with a vampire and I'm not gonna kill this one. Like this one's mine.
I mean, who can blame her? I mean, my mom has taste, if you know what I mean. So, yeah, she opened my eyes because when I first watched Buffy, I didn't like Angel. I know. And then we watched it together. Only the high school seasons because they didn't have the other ones in Lithuanian, and my mom doesn't know English. So we watched the first like the first season. She was like, "Oh, hello, Angel," and I was like, and she was like, "Come on." I was like, and then the rest was history. So thanks, mom.
I loved him right away. I loved him right away. I was like, I am on board for this man. I
You
mean,
know what? I grew up okay. You need to take your mom's advice sometimes, and you just learn. Like you pick the right side. I mean, no shade to whoever likes whoever, but also just some
course.
choices are the right ones. Just saying. But yeah. I mean, it's not the case of. I mean, as far as I'm concerned, Buffy could literally like date the whole world, get married, and all of that, and Angel would show up and she'd be like, "Okay, husband, bye. I'm leaving. Goodbye." Like,
Different men, and I would still believe that she's meant to be with Angel.
oh, 100%. Like it's the case of we have this to do and we hate it, but this is our destiny. And okay, we'll do that, I guess, whatever. But we love each other. And there's this moment in the series finale, which you will see, that again it has an angel cameo. I'm just enticing you to be interested in a and like Buffy's just doing her thing and Angel shows up and she's like, "Oh, I love you." And like it's like no time has ever passed. Well,
And then they run off into the sunset and they never go to the fiery pits of hell again.
I mean, real. Like that's what they should have done as far as I'm concerned, honestly. Just fucked it all
I have a
off.
question.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so obviously, the only reason that they really, ended it, broke up, whatever, is so that the show Angel could happen.
Yeah.
But if, let's say the show Angel never happened, which I haven't watched it yet, but it didn't need to happen anyway. Um, if it didn't happen in the universe that it didn't, how do you think they would have worked around this curse that's on Angel that like prevents him from being not turning into an Angelus when he is happy?
I think that if they were allowed the luxury of exploring that by Angel never having his own show. I mean, I love that David had more solid work to explore his character. I love that for him. David, you've done a great job. Again, if you somehow stumble onto the story, if your team does, kudos. But, I just think there was a lot of material to write there. And again, like it could have been they could have kept a lot of the stuff the same, Buffy growing up, maybe even wanting to experience a human relationship and Angel doing something else, but then they always come back to each other. Like it could have been done. And the way that the whole Buffy Angel Spike thing was described to me by the fandom before I even started watching, I expected like a full-on Damon, Elena, Stefan love triangle. And I was like, this is not that. There's no triangle here. They're just two relationships, one after the other. But I guess there could have been some of that as well, like another love triangle there. Like, point
She
is,
definitely goes on the rebound after losing him,
oh yeah, 100%. There's no doubt about that. But yeah, they're definitely. I think that someone mentioned that they definitely are going down the route in the comics, because Buffy has comics that are considered canon in the Buffyverse and they get unhinged. So I don't care for comics, but kudos to those who do. But basically Angel's journey is actually becoming human so that he could be with Buffy. It's
and
not.
why did they just
I mean, it's not for Buffy to become a vampire to be with him, it's for him to be human. But basically, thanks Joss for deciding that David needs his own show, and we never saw that happen. We
I
would have
just
had a very different show, I think. Whether for better or for worse, we're never going to know now, but we can
yeah.
always guess and think. All I know is that even today, Angel is very unappreciated by the fandom, and it's not fair because
The
there's
podcasts I'm listening to hate him, and I was like, "What? You hate
it's just
Angel?"
some people just don't have taste. It's fine, we can't teach class. Just saying. But
That is very true. But people are entitled to feel however they want about a
oh yeah,
character.
exactly. You're entitled to your own opinion. It's fine. But ultimately, as far as I'm concerned, they are the pinnacle of good TV writing, pinnacle of melodrama and like of all the yearning and all the love and the tension, the pining, and just devotion to each other. They don't write TV like this anymore. I'm sorry, it's just not happening. So that's why
Absolutely.
they're at my second spot, and there's only one couple that outranks them for reasons I will share next time. You will see what I mean.
B.
But yeah, this was fun. We have a lot to talk about, and I think the next part is probably going to be even longer because we're just going to gush over all our faves.
It is gonna be long, especially looking at like my top 3.
Oh yeah, so we will deliver this to you guys, well, whenever, because we're both in pain all the time in one way or another. So we'll get to it, but we'll build anticipation. We can do this. Boom, boom, boom. So yeah, look forward to that. And if anyone does watch this, then share your opinions, as long as you're being cautious of the fact that it's just an opinion and it's a TV show and it's not that deep. But yeah, we love anyone who
Unless
watches
you
this.
hate Angel,
Oh
then
yeah, and go away. We don't care about you. But
I'm gonna trash him in the next one.
oh yeah, we're so ready for that. But it was good to do this. Thank you for having me.
Oh my god, I'm so having you again, which sounds
Yeah,
wrong. But yes.
yeah,
Bye.
I go, Amen. Bye.
End.